Jega exposed Nigerian politicians who promote violence in the country. Welcome to the news. Please do well to listen to the end. Former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Jega, says money bags and godfathers have hijacked the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and All Progressives Congress, APC, foreseeing the party's possible implosion over lack of internal democracy. According to Niger News, Jega described as political rascality the activities of governors who deploy state resources to control political parties in their states and decide which candidates will emerge. He stated that such godfatherism is all driven by self-serving objectives. He had before now stated that due to the leadership recruitment process in the country, clueless leaders oversee the country's affairs at the local, state, and federal government levels. The ex-chairman of INEC maintained that to move the country forward, Nigerians have to work hard to change their ways. Speaking during a television program monitored in Lagos, he said it was impossible for APC and PDP to change and do the right thing, as evident in the disorderly primaries they conducted recently. Jega lamented that after 22 years of partisan democracy, Nigeria is yet to rid itself from the overbearing influence of people who see political parties as special purpose vehicles for winning elections for their personal gains. People have captured and controlled political parties for self-serving objectives, so no energy is devoted to organizing primaries. Governors deploy state resources to control political parties in their states to decide which candidates would emerge. It is all driven by self-serving objectives, and it is political rascality. After 22 years of democracy, we have still not freed ourselves from this overbearing control of people who just use parties as special purpose vehicles for winning elections by hook or by crook. That is why many of us are beginning to think that these so-called dominant parties are really a huge disappointment, a drag to the democratization process of our country. And if we are hoping for change within these political parties, I regret to say it will be very long in coming. This is why many of us are pushing for a new purpose vehicle for democratic elections and to ensure that we move in the right direction, he said. The former INEC chairman, Professor Jega, has exposed Nigerian politicians who promote violence in the country. The money bags, godfathers, they have hijacked the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Party to themselves, foreseeing the party's possible implosion over lack of internal democracy. The People's Democratic Party and the APC, these two parties are the main parties in Nigeria now. But the godfathers, those who have the money bags, those who are backing up, have hijacked these two parties for their own sake. They now come with their own candidates, making sure their own candidate wins the election, causing rigging to occur on election days, taking all measures to make sure that their candidates wins the election. The godfatherism is all driven by self-serving objectives. They are all after their own, forgetting the citizens of Nigeria. All what they are after is their own. They are not looking at the poor Nigerians, the poor civilians, what they are lacking, how to make everything okay in the country. All they are after is their own candidate should be there so that they can direct, they can instruct, and they can drive him to anywhere they wish to drive him. Leadership recruitment process in the country. Clueless leaders oversee the country's affairs at the local, state, and federal government levels. We have clueless leaders who are just there because they were just put there for selfish interest. They don't know the country affairs at the local levels, at the state levels, even at the federal government levels. They are just doing what their godfathers ask them to do, what the money bags, those who have the money to sponsor them, ask them to do. And when they are being sponsored to the governorship post or councillor post or local government post, and they are there, they have no choice than to do whatever they are asked to do, they are instructed to do. So they are clueless. They don't know what is going on. They don't know the pains that the civilians are going on. The ex-chairman of INEC has maintained that to move the country forward, Nigeria have to work hard to change their ways. Nigeria have to work hard. We have to come out to vote for our choice, for our person. We should not try and sell our vote because of 1,000 naira or 3 cups of rice. We should make sure that we know that Nigeria is our own. We should come together and make sure Nigeria moves forward. We try to move our country forward by voting for the people, for the person of our choice, and not by voting for majority. So let us come together as one. Let us work hard to change our ways. For the past 22 years of Jega practicing democracy, Nigeria is yet to rid itself from the overbearing influence of people who see political parties as a special purpose vehicles for winning elections for their personal gains. For the past 22 years in which he has been practicing democracy, recall that he is the ex-chairman of INEC. He knows the in and out of the elections. He knows what the parties does. So he's saying that Nigeria, we are here to rid itself from overbearing influence of people. They see themselves as a vehicle for winning election for their personal gains. All what they're after is their personal gains. They care less about the citizens, about the poor civilians, about the hungry person, about those that have no access to medical association. They have no concern about those whose health are depreciating. They have no interest in those that they are being beaten by hunger. Some people at least eat in a day. Some goes ahead and do maybe 001. They only eat once in a day. Some do not eat at all. Those people are less concerned. They are after their own personal gains. It is all driven by self-serving objectives, and it is political rascality. We Nigerians should come together. We should come in one voice. We should vote for the person of our choice. We should vote. We should not try and sell our vote in the next coming 2023 election. Presidential election. Nigeria is going to be great again. Thank you, my listeners, for listening to this news. Do have a blessed day ahead.